What's going on, you guys? Zaid here on ZSPN, and I want to give y'all my thoughts and my opinions as it concerns the Broncos and the NFL, the decision that they've been making for these past couple of days. I want to give y'all my thoughts and my opinions about it. And before anything, guys, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, guys. Share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all this social media stuff. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys been giving me on this channel. I mean, you guys have been amazing. I really appreciate it. But what the Broncos have been doing so far is they've just been cutting players. I mean, that's what all NFL teams have been doing. I mean, the requirement for any player to be on a team is like 53, somewhere around 53 players on a roster. So, so far the Broncos released almost about maybe 20 players. Some of them stayed with the Broncos for almost like 2 years. Like, they made the roster. Some of them like became on the practice squad, went to the practice squad. And I mean, that's just part of the NFL. I mean, the NBA does the same thing. I mean, the requirement is 15. They bring it up to, I think, 5 players in the training camp. Same thing what happened with the Lakers last season when Meta World Peace was competing against a former college player of Jordan Clarkson, which somehow, they wanted a veteran presence in the locker room for the Lakers, and Meta World Peace fit that description. So that other player went to I think at the time it was the D League, but now it's the G League. So it's just how the NFL works, and that's what the Broncos made. Now, what surprised me the most was the TJ Ward release. Let's just say it as it is, guys. They released him because of money. Okay, they didn't want to pay a guy who, personally for me, guys, I love the guy so much. I mean, he really changed the culture of the Broncos, and he really brought a lot to the city of Denver. And by releasing him, I think he was going to make up to $22 million if he stayed with the team. So by releasing him, I think he's going to make almost like, last time I checked, it was like $4 to $5 million by his release. But like all Bronco fans out there, I was disappointed. I was angry at John Elway. I was angry at the organization. Why did they release the guy who basically made the no-fly zone? Now, there's some arguments saying that Chris Harris was part of it and Talib, but the main leader was TJ Ward. And by releasing him, guys, it really, it really got to me. Yesterday I was just in a bad mood. I didn't want to talk to anybody, even my family. So it's like, at that moment, I kind of understood why they did it, but at the same time, he could have just stayed for another year. He could have taken a pay cut. I don't know, but at the end of the day, guys, there was other reasons why they released him. Of course, money, and second, he's been injured a couple of years. And thirdly, guys, I think it's because he's getting older. That's why. So with this type of release, it gives the opportunity for new safety, like the new upcomers that the Broncos drafted in like a couple of years ago, like Justin Simmons, Will Parks, and the new undrafted safety that I am really impressed with. I think his name is Jamal Carter. I mean, the guy has really shown in the preseason that he is capable of being a starter and also making the roster. And by having these future safeties that can replace TJ Ward, it's sort of like a good reason to like release TJ Ward. And I don't want to say that, but at the same time, these are the future, and I'm really impressed with each and every one of them. I mean, especially last season with the Broncos, Justin Simmons and Will Parks. I mean, they really shown that they are capable of being starters in the league. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you didn't really have to release him. You could have just stayed another year, probably take a pay cut. I don't know, just leave that one more year so possibly if he retires, he can retire as a Bronco. Because this is what I've been hearing. The Broncos has a 4-year limit. If a 4-year limit as it concerns like being on like a roster to possibly be a Bronco for life, retired. I'm not sure, but something like that. It's that's the requirement. That's what I've been hearing. That's why DeMarcus Ware did not retire as a Bronco. He retired as a Cowboy. But that's the sort of arguments that we can maybe talk about in a different video. But other than that, yeah, that was my surprise. But at the same time, it's just business. That's what John Elway said. That's the nature of the business in the NFL. I mean, if you're trying to save money and you know you're trying to build up future young players, then you have to get rid of your best asset. And TJ Ward was the best asset on the Broncos. I mean, there's probably others, but I guarantee you guys he was basically the leader of the locker room. Okay, he was that sort of veteran presence that everybody looked up to. I mean, sure, there's Von Miller and Chris Harris and Hakeem Talib, but at the same time, you know, he was like mainly the guy. And, you know, he will be surely missed in Denver from what he does in the community and for the Broncos. So I'm going to miss him a lot. I mean, the guy has just been amazing. But other than that, guys, there has been moves lately. I mean, yesterday, the Broncos has re-signed or just decided to sign Brock Osweiler, who was part of the Broncos Super Bowl 50 champs as a sort of backup quarterback for Peyton Manning at the time. But other than that, guys, personally for me, guys, I'm not a fan of Brock Osweiler, okay? Everybody knows me who knows that I'm not a fan of Brock Osweiler. You know, just having him back is sort of like a backup for Trevor Siemian. I really prefer Trevor Siemian over Brock Osweiler, to be honest with you. And Paxton Lynch, you know, as you all know, he's not ready yet. And if he has to be the third stringer, then sadly he has to be for Brock Osweiler. But if somehow he tries and if Brock Osweiler just proves that he's that sort of same quarterback that he was in 2015 when Peyton Manning went down, and just proves himself that he is capable of being a starter, then we just see what would happen. I mean, I'm not really into him being with the Broncos again, because you're the same player who left the team, who each and every Bronco fan out there supported you and wanted you to be the starter once Peyton Manning retired. And guess what? You left for more money. I mean, that's just not Bronco-like, okay? When you're a Bronco for life, okay? If somehow you do leave for money, it just shows that you're not a Bronco and you're not the future for your fans out there. So, I don't know. If I would have picked, guys, I would have gone for, what was his name, who got released recently, was Kyle Slaughter. I don't know. But I would have had him, then Brock Osweiler, because he really showed that he is capable of, like, being like a second string quarterback. I mean, as y'all know, Paxton Lynch is injured. He's not going to be back until week, I believe, 5. I believe week 5. So it's like, if we would have kept him, he would have been a second liability to Trevor Siemian. But unfortunately, the Broncos wanted to go for Brock Osweiler because he knows the system. He knows Mike McCoy's offensive system. So it's like, why not bring him in? And I can kind of see that, but at the same time, you need to know that he really screwed us in 2015. You know, so it's like why would you bring back a guy who really was right now a fan hater for the Broncos, Bronco fans out there. So other than that, guys, this is sort of a routine that every NFL team does. They release a player and somehow they sign them back on the practice squad. I mean, I've seen a couple of sources there saying that Broncos has re-signed this player to the practice roster. And other than that, guys, that's just the nature of the NFL. And seeing TJ Ward leave is kind of hits me hard, and to all Bronco fans out there. But at the same time, you know, they just need to do it for the future of the Broncos and for the future for their draft pick, like a Justin Simmons, Will Parks, and the undrafted who is Jamal Carter. So other than that, guys, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, guys. I really appreciate the love and support you guys been giving me on this channel. Make sure to comment down below, do you guys agree with the decision making of the Broncos, or do you guys have a team that you like who made some decisions that you didn't like? I mean, this channel, guys, is for all teams. Even if I talk about just one team, who is the Broncos, please comment down below of your team, who's your favorite team, and tell me the decision making that you didn't like what they made. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, guys. Comment down below, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. So thank you all for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.